Hi, my name is Cecilie Jonassen. I am the CEO of VOW Green Metals. Welcome to today's market update. The session will last for about 10 to 15 minutes, and we will finish off with a Q&A. This is the agenda for today. First, I will give you a short recap on what we in VOW Green Metals do. We will recycle biomass waste streams into biocarbon, a reduction agent for the metallurgical industry, and also make climate neutral gas that can replace fossil energy sources. We are a build, own and operate company. We are going to build biocarbon production plants at an industrial scale. We are listed on the Oslo Stock Exchange with more than 6,000 shareholders. And we have an extensive team in place with process experience, but also with the cooperation agreement with VOW. We also have project and technology competence available at all time with more than 250 people backing us. We are currently building our first biocarbon production plant at Follum. I'll give you a short update in a couple of slides on that. First phase with an annual capacity of 10,000 tons. But we also started the studies for increasing the capacity to 20,000 tons. And for this, of course, we are helped by having the ownership of the industrial factory model to produce biocarbon at an industrial scale. So a bit more in detail what we're actually going to do. Today, what you see on the left-hand side is waste and it's being incinerated. But for us, that will be feedstock. So we will take these waste streams, make it into feedstock into our production, and make valuable new products. We will make biocarbon for metallurgical industry, give a short update on why that is important in a couple of slides. And also we will make climate neutral gas that can replace fossil energy sources. But additionally, when we are building huge plants, we will also look into use other feedstocks like organic waste and waste from agriculture to produce biochar. That can be carbon capture, it can also be soil improvement, and now also to be used in fertilizers. So, a short update on the business and market. Operational, we have been advancing our relationship with Elkem. We have studies ongoing with more than 10 leading industrial players in Europe. We're building the capabilities and capacities together with VOW to be able to serve the market with biocarbon. And we have a Follum project that is well underway and started the studies for expansion. On the financial, our total assets of 30th September was 134 million Norwegian crowns. 60 million of this in process equipment under construction for the Follum plant, and also 68 million in cash. Phase 1, the process to produce 10,000 tons of biocarbon at Follum is fully financed. And of course, Enova is still a part of this, with remaining 42 million grant from them. So, of course, advancing our relationship with Elkem has been very important. We've been having a letter of intent for some time, but now we signed a cooperation agreement. And that actually means that we together will qualify the end product to be used into their processes and then deliver it from Follum. We will base our production on sustainable materials and feedstocks. And in this relationship, we will do our utter best to make a product that is competitive to the fossil alternatives. And why is Elkem doing this? And why are we doing this? Well, today, reduction agents currently is more than 5% of the CO2 emissions in Norway. And especially when it comes to Elkem's production, which is producing silicon and ferrosilicon, they actually use fossil reduction agents, and it's a chemical in their process. It can't be substituted by anything else than other carbon sources. other carbon sources means to be biocarbon. And if they would replace all of their fossil-based reduction agents, it would actually cut 94% of their emissions. It will have a huge impact on their emissions, but also on the emissions from Norway. And it's not only the emissions from the process and the reduction agent, but we also see, since we're also producing bioenergy, we also see a lot of interest due to this. You can see the natural gas prices have been increasing, electricity prices, and we also know that the CO2 emission prices will also, and the cost of CO2 emission will increase into the future. This has led to several concept studies and a portfolio totaling of more than 470,000 tons of biocarbon. Since the last update, we have another industrial park with a potential of 60,000 tons here in Norway. And we are maturing several of these concept studies in the next half year. But to be able to do this, VOW has been helping us out and seen that we need to have something that can make more biocarbon. And they have this reactor on the way. It's actually being constructed right now with a design capacity of 10,000 tons of biocarbon per year. This will be a very important step for us because it's not just that it has a larger capacity, it also will run on its own energy. So the energy source will be the pyrolysis gas that we produce. So next, what we currently and is actually working on every single day is of course the Follen project. So you can see on the drawing to the left what the setup at Follen will be. We also prepared some squares for the 20,000 tons that we tend to also make. So this is how the site will look like. We have been sending to the neighbors in the area these drawings, and we are preparing for finalizing the process for the framework permit. We are still in a study phase when it comes to the final energy solution for the site, and also in parallel we are doing the study for capacity increase to 20,000 tons. So a couple of concluding remarks at the end. We have an efficient setup for building this new industry. We're currently working on different concept studies with a combined total of 470,000 tons of biocarbon. And together with VOW, as I showed you with the reactor, we also see that we have a potential to expand also where the electricity is scarce, to run on pyrolysis gas itself and meet the demands of the metallurgical industry. We're focusing on large sites with high energy intensity and also, of course, reducing the dependency on the external energy sources by using the pyrolysis gas is making us even more of a front runner in this game. And having EU with initiating the REPowerEU to speed up the green energy transition, this is fueling our ambition to become market leader. Thank you very much. So Lars is with me here today, and if you have any questions, please.
Yes, let me see here what's coming in. Okay, for the first question, you say you have a potential pipeline of 470,000 tons. How far are the partners or companies from making an investment decision?
Some of the companies are quite advanced when it comes to wanting to use biocarbon and have been investigating bioenergy from pyrolysis gas for quite some time. And others are now awakening when it comes to see the potential of pyrolysis. So some of the concept studies are already delivered, and we are part of being a technical solution into further processing. But a lot of them are advancing as we speak.
Thank you. Next question. What needs to be in place or defines a perfect location for VOW Green Metals?
I'd say that since we are producing both energy and biocarbon, we would really like to use that energy as local as possible. That means that we have less losses and we can really valorize the feedstock at the best. So the setup would be with energy consumers that have a high energy intensity, especially the ones that need steam for drying, because we know that that energy solution is ready and part of the VOW Green Metals factory module.
Thank you. Last question. When will the equipment, process equipment from VOW be delivered, and where will it be stored?
Oh, actually, it will be delivered later this year. First of it is about on its way, so and it will be stored at Follum, quite close to where we're going to build the factory.
Thank you. From the list, no further questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for listening in.